Welcome to Business Legal Lifecycle TV, the live TV show all about the legal aspects of your business to help educate you on complex legal terms in an easy to understand manner, to help understand why you need to do certain things in your business from a legal point of view, and to help you develop a plan for the future. Our mission at Business Legal Lifecycle is to help empower all small to medium-sized businesses around the world to get access to legal advice so that they can help build their communities and make the world a better place.
Hi everyone, and welcome to Business Legal Lifecycle podcast. My name's Jeremy Stretton, one of the founders of the Business Legal Lifecycle, and today is Fast Fix Monday. So we're going to do a quick show about a quick topic, and today is 3 important parts in the conveyancing process. Today you've just got me. Craig Mason is away on holidays, so I hope he's having a good holiday. But let's get into the 3 important parts of the conveyancing process. Number 1 is before you enter into the contract. So we've talked about this in some previous shows. However, it's really important to think about what is going to go into the contract before you enter into it. So you need to think about things like what name is the buyer of the property going to be? What conditions is the contract going to be subject to? So you need to think about, is it going to be subject to some due diligence searches? So I'll talk about searches in a minute, or due diligence inspections in relation to the property. Is it going to be subject to you obtaining finance or doing a building and pest inspection for the property? You need to have a think about what the contract actually says, because once you've entered into a contract, and we've talked about previously about how there's different contracts around the world. Once you've entered into that contract, then that's really it. That's the contract that you've entered into to buy the property. So you need to make sure that it is correct and that it doesn't have any of problems with it. So that's the first one, is before you enter into the contract, what to look out for. The second one is to think about what searches you need to do. So I said before, you're making the contract subject to due diligence. Even if you don't, you still need to undertake various searches in relation to the property. The local government will have council rates searches or council approval searches that you might want to look to make sure that all the approvals are in place. You might want to do a plan and title search. In fact, you should do a plan and title search to make sure that what's going on the property and what's registered on the title of the property is everything that you're aware of, and there's nothing untoward. There's this concept in a lot of places called easements. An easement is an area of the property that is usually subject to someone else having a right over that property. So you want to make sure that if there's any easements over the property, that you're checking those out. You really want to do your searches to make sure that there are no building covenants, no building inspections or anything over the property that you need to do. So that's the second one of the 3 important parts of the conveyancing process. What searches do you need to do? And the third one is, if you're going to obtain finance, and I mentioned this in the beginning, make sure that you tell your lawyer or conveyancer that you're getting finance. This is really important, and it's something that a lot of people miss out on. When you're obtaining finance to purchase a property, you need to make sure that your conveyancer or solicitor is aware that you're doing that, because there's a whole bunch more that they need to do if you're obtaining finance. In Queensland, where I am, if you're borrowing money through a superannuation fund, for instance, there's whole other steps that need to be taken if you're borrowing money. If you're just buying a property in your house, in your own name, and it might be your house, then you need to speak to your lawyer and make sure that they know, because they need to coordinate your bank and everyone involved to make sure that settlement can happen really efficiently. So that's it for today. That's our 3 important parts of the conveyancing process. If you're looking for the show notes for this, if you go to businesslegallifecycle.com.au/174, so 174th show, you can get that information there. If you want to find out what we're doing, please go to businesslegallifecycle.com.au. Check us out on Facebook, Business Legal Lifecycle. If you just search for that, you'll find us. And please, if you're liking our content, please subscribe to us and on Apple Podcasts and give us a review. That helps get our information out to more people, listeners. And if you're watching the video on YouTube, hello, and please subscribe so that we can get more people knowing about our show. We'll be back on Wednesday with our longer form training show, which is going to be phase 9, which is investing in property, and about our training and what you need to look out for that phase. Thanks very much, and we'll see you then. Bye.